I now firmly believe that the increased radiation we're living in from radio and TV and radars and appliances compared to the turn of the century is contributing to our background rates of ill health.
The evidence shows that there's a causal link between the radiation and alteration of cellular tissue in the brain.
The research indicates that there is no significant scientific nexus between the use of cellular phones and a variety of different health effects that have been investigated since.
People who sell mobile phones are making a positive assertion of safety or zero risk that just cannot be done.
Since 1975 in the United States, there's been a 25% increase in brain tumors. Worldwide, there's been a 300% increase in brain tumors.
Over millions of years, life has evolved on an Earth where the natural background level of radio frequency radiation, or RFR, has been very low. Then, starting only 100 years ago, the explosion in wireless technologies like radio, TV, radar, and microwave has boosted our everyday RFR exposure levels by at least 10,000 times. Our bodies and each of the cells within them are like antennas, extremely sensitive receivers and emitters of electromagnetic radiation. Now they must function in a new electromagnetic environment that already has 10,000 times more RFR than the one in which they evolved. And today, a new wireless revolution is in progress, with the number of cell phones, communication satellites, microwave antennas, and cell phone towers multiplying daily. That means even more RFR exposure for all of us. Not surprising, then, that around the world, growing numbers of citizens, scientists, and public officials are beginning to ask, just what are the human health and environmental effects of the wireless revolution? Isn't it about time we find out?
The Northern California Cancer Center has been tracking this since the 70s. The report came out to the public about 5 years ago that in Marin County we had the highest rate of breast cancer in the world, they said at the time, but certainly in the United States as far as we know. I'm the founder and executive director of Marin Breast Cancer Watch. We were founded 4.5 years ago, about 6 months after I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and asked the question, why does Marin County have the highest rate? Of course, the question was, how could this be possible when it's such a beautiful place and everybody's so health conscious and exercises and eats organic and does all the things that are supposed to make you very healthy? I mean, we've been told that it's because we're rich, white, and educated, and for some reason, we prefer not to believe that that's true. We want to find out what is true. So we're going ahead and starting our own survey. We do have an epidemiologist who's a volunteer who's working with us. We're just beginning to do this, and it's very, very exciting. My hunches are the military. During the Second World War, we were ringed by radar stations. There was also a very large radar station on top of Mount Tam, which is probably still in operation. And because there are many, many wealthy people living here, they can afford all the toys that everybody wants. And we've got them all right here. The cell phones are all over the place. Not to mention the microwaves and all the rest of it. So we've surrounded ourselves with toxicity, and we're paying the price.
People are getting sick. And then they bring this proposal to put up a new public safety system, which was designed by Motorola. It's called the Marin Emergency Radio Authority, MIRA. And that will add 17 more facilities on the hilltops throughout Marin, and it will add to the radiation background. Now, remember, we already have the highest rates of breast cancer, the highest rates of prostate cancer. We're already concerned about our health, and this is yet another layer.
We've heard a lot of questions about radio frequencies and their effects, and tonight we have an expert who will be meeting with us.
How much of an increase in the radio waves we receive would this create for the average San Rafael citizen?